there seems to be this common sort of belief, and politicians say it from time to time that there's like that this is all got out of control and that it's all being overdiagnosed. But the conversations that I've had with people in healthcare is like, if anything, it's underdiagnosed. That
Underdiagnosed.
there's like the people are like they can't do enough to meet the demand that there is. I did have a conversation recently, and I'm a complete outsider here. I'm not. This is not my wheelhouse at all. But I have a friend who runs a center, a specialist center for autistic students at a local school, and we went for a coffee about a year ago, and she was sort of saying then that. She said that she finds it more helpful to think of it not so much as a spectrum as like a wheel with, there's those sort of like spider diagram type things. I don't know, is this like an accepted thing within? Can you explain a
People
bit?
don't think of a spectrum anymore as in a line because
Right.
actually we're not linear.
Well, there's different sort of features about sort of verbal communication, verbal, non-verbal, about emotional effect, and there's these
Okay.
different sort of dimensions. Is that correct?
So if we're thinking about let's think about that kind of that human aspect, that vulnerability, that kind of relational stuff. And I'll give you an example, a personal example, right? So as you can see, I'm very capable of expressing myself. I enjoy a conversation. I get very excited about this. So this for me would be slightly intellectually stimming, right? So I get very, very kind of this really piques my interest and it really and then what I'll do is I'll find myself getting very hyper focused on something, okay, or I'll find the opposite and I cannot get started on something. So that's that kind of executive function idea where executive function can be quite affected by motivation, it can be affected by environment, it can be affected by topic, and it can be affected by kind of tiredness. And then what will happen is I will become non-verbal when I'm completely overwhelmed. So when I'm sensorially overwhelmed or I'm completely exhausted or I struggle, and people say autistic people aren't empathic. It's nearly the opposite, that we nearly feel everything and have to be very careful about how much we let in and how much we don't let in. And that can exhaust me to the point where I can become non-verbal and I can only write.